August 18th, 2015. Two words appeared on the internet. Time's up. Within hours, 37 million people's deepest secrets were exposed to the entire world. Their names, their addresses, their credit card numbers, their sexual fantasies. Every affair they had planned, every message they had sent, every lie they had told their spouse. All of it, dumped online for anyone to search. Marriages collapsed overnight. Careers ended before sunrise. People took their own lives. And the man who built the empire that made it all possible? He was on television, smiling, with his wife standing right beside him. This is the Ashley Madison story, and it is far darker than you think. 2001, Toronto, Canada. Noel Biderman had an idea. Not a revolutionary idea, not a noble one, but a profitable one. He looked at the world and saw something simple. People cheat on their partners, constantly, everywhere, and nobody was making money from it. So he built Ashley Madison. The tagline? Infamous from day one. Life is short, have an affair. The concept was brutally simple. Married people, mostly men, would pay a monthly fee to browse profiles of other married people looking for discreet affairs. No judgment, no questions, complete anonymity. Or so they were promised. Biderman became a media figure almost immediately. He appeared on talk shows, news programs, radio interviews, always confident, always provocative, always with his wife by his side. He described himself as a happily married father of two, faithful, monogamous. "I believe in marriage," he told one interviewer. "I just believe in a certain kind of realistic marriage." By 2015, Ashley Madison had 37 million registered users. It had launched in over 40 countries and 12 languages. The company was planning an IPO worth $200 million. Noel Biderman was about to become extraordinarily rich. And then, on a Tuesday in July 2015, everything changed. July 19th, 2015. A message appeared inside Ashley Madison's internal systems. It was signed, The Impact Team. The message was brief and devastating. Avid Life Media has been instructed to take Ashley Madison offline permanently in all forms, or we will release all customer records, including profiles with all customers' secret sexual fantasies, matching credit card transactions, real names and addresses, and employee documents and emails. The hackers gave Ashley Madison 30 days, shut down, or everyone gets exposed. Ashley Madison refused. The company's CEO announced they were working with law enforcement. They increased their security. They offered a $500,000 reward for information on the hackers. They told their 37 million users, "Everything is fine. Your data is safe." It was not fine. The Impact Team had already been inside Ashley Madison's systems for weeks. They had everything, and they were not bluffing. August 18th, 2015. 30 days later. The message, "Time's up," was posted online. Within hours, the Impact Team released the first wave of data. 10 gigabytes, then more, then more. By August 20th, over 60 gigabytes of data had been publicly released. The names, the email addresses, the home addresses, the credit card transactions, the sexual preferences, the private messages, everything. Within 24 hours, websites were created specifically to search the leaked data. You could type in any email address or any name and find out instantly if they were registered on Ashley Madison. People searched their husbands, their wives, their bosses, their pastors, their politicians, their neighbors. What they found tore lives apart. The numbers are difficult to comprehend. 37 million accounts exposed. Hundreds of thousands of divorces filed in the months that followed. Careers destroyed overnight. Politicians, pastors, executives, teachers, and then the darkest number of all. Within days of the data dump, Toronto police announced that 2 suicides had been directly linked to the breach. One of them was a Baptist pastor in New Orleans. His wife appeared in a documentary years later. She described the moment she found out. She described the weeks that followed. She described being a widow, not because her husband was ill, not because of an accident, but because his name appeared on a list. But the breach didn't just expose cheaters. It exposed everyone who had ever registered on Ashley Madison, including people who had registered as a joke, including people whose email addresses had been used without their knowledge, including people who had paid $19 to have their data permanently deleted. That $19 deletion service. Ashley Madison had advertised it for years. Full delete, Remove your site usage history and all personally identifiable information from the site. It was a complete lie. The data was never deleted. The company had collected $1.7 million from users who believed their secrets were gone. They weren't gone. They were sitting in Ashley Madison's servers, waiting. Here's where the story gets even darker. After the breach, journalists and data analysts began examining the leaked files. What they found was extraordinary. Ashley Madison had advertised itself as a platform where married men could meet married women. Millions of female profiles, millions of options. The reality? Out of 5.5 million registered female accounts, only approximately 12,000 showed any regular activity, less than 1%. The rest were bots, fake profiles, automated accounts designed to send messages to male users, to keep them engaged, to keep them paying. Men were not chatting with real women. They were chatting with software. Ashley Madison had built an empire on two lies. The first lie, that their platform was secure and their users' data was private. The second lie, that there were real women on the other end of those conversations. The company had charged men to pursue affairs that, in most cases, could never have happened. Because the women they were messaging didn't exist. The aftermath was immediate and severe. Noel Biderman, the man who had built Ashley Madison, who had appeared on television promoting infidelity while claiming to be a faithful husband, resigned as CEO on August 28, 2015, 10 days after the data dump. His own leaked emails told a different story than the one he had presented to the world. The company was sued. Users filed a $567 million class action lawsuit. In 2017, Ashley Madison's parent company settled for $11.2 million. The FTC also fined the company $1.6 million for deceptive practices and failure to protect user data. As for the hackers, the Impact team, they were never identified. To this day, nobody knows who they were. Their stated motivation: moral outrage at a company that profited from human pain. Whether that was true, or whether it was something else entirely, remains unknown. Dark Passions returns to this case for one reason. Ashley Madison didn't create human betrayal. It didn't invent infidelity. It simply built a business around it and promised, repeatedly, loudly, publicly, that it could contain the darkness, that the secrets would stay secret, that the lies would stay hidden. They couldn't. They didn't. They never do. 37 million people believed that their worst impulses, the ones they hid from their partners, their families, their colleagues, could live safely in a database. They were wrong. The Impact team's parting message read, "Too bad for those men. They're cheating dirtbags and deserve no such discretion. Too bad for ALM. You promised secrecy but didn't deliver." Ashley Madison still operates today. It claims to have over 70 million members. It still promises discretion. Dark Passions. The verdict never ends.